I want to ask you kind of a two-part question. Number one, over the next 6, 8, 12 months, whatever time frame you want to use, what are your plans to try to get this ship we call American democracy go back head in the right direction? Number one. And number two is, what do you kind of see, generally speaking, over the next 6, 12, 18 months? How are things going to change? What are you thinking about as far as the near future is concerned?
So I'll say the good news, first of all, is I think people are waking the fuck up.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I think that whether it's COVID, whether it's this election, whatever car alarm is going off in your head right now, I think it's waking a lot of people up. And the challenge here is that people are going to wake up and they're going to think, oh, I'm going to cast my vote in 5 weeks. And then they're going to go back to sleep. And both political parties are going to try to get you to go back to sleep.
Yep.
Their little pod people world. The challenge, and what I want to be working on, is to to rally, to, yes, organize people who've woken up and get them to be unsatisfied with just the participation in the prescribed forms of Democratic or GOP, the chutes that they want to put you through. What that means is finding stories to tell people that say, okay, here's an alternative, that we don't have to express our identity through a political party or through a corporation. No, you express your identity with, I like to call it your pack, right? It's the people in your life who don't treat you as a means to an end. Right? You're talking about, your Kantian studies earlier, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, because political parties, corporations, they treat you as a means to an end. And that ain't your pack, right? The people who have your back, who treat you as an autonomous human being, an end in and of itself, and demand the same in return, you find those people, and what you can do in this world to make the world a better place, it's limitless. It's limitless. It doesn't happen from the top down. It happens from the bottom up. It always does. This is the way that societies are always made better, happening from the bottom up, from determined people who've got each other's back, who share a belief in what I like to call the small L liberal virtues and the small C conservative virtues.
Yep.
We got to keep those fires alive.
Prudence and progress. That's what I would describe those two as.
Right on, brother.
Yeah. Prudence
right on.
And progress. Yeah.
Liberty and justice for all. These words actually mean something. And when they are expressed from the bottom up, through helping your neighbor, through protecting your neighbor, from making, from innovating, from creating, that's what saves this world for my kids and your kids and everybody's for generations to come. So anyway, that was really a roundabout way to say it. So it's for me personally, it's continuing to do these bottom up actions wherever I can. It's connecting people in this community. Again, I'm going to call a pack. It's writing. Continue to write the notes. I mean, we've got 100,000 people in the Epsilon Theory Pack right now. I'll think I'll have a book coming out at the end of the year to try to take this message to a wider audience. That's the plan, man. That's the plan.
Ben, this has been, and like I said at the very beginning, an intellectual feast for me. And I hope that you would consider me to be part of your pack. One of the reasons I started this leadership podcast in April during the quarantine was I just got sick of seeing everybody complain all the time, got sick of all the activity. And I was like, I'm going to try to demonstrate to people that you can have good, hard conversations about a lot of different things and not be an asshole to each other. And so that's been my kind of contribution. And man, I cannot think of a better guest on these topics than Ben Hunt. So Ben, whatever I can do, whatever my listeners can do to help you in your efforts, let me know. I like I said at the very beginning, I could not be more impressed by what you're doing. And one of the reasons I think you're such a great leader is because you're taking positions that cause you to get a lot of criticism from a lot of different people, and you do it anyway. And so anyway, I just want to say how much I admire you, how much I look up to you. I just absolutely love reading every single one of your articles. I would encourage you maybe to do a little more of this, more podcasting, because some people don't want to read as much. And you've got so many good ideas that I just want to spread these as far as possible. So Ben Hunt of Epsilon Theory, ladies and gentlemen, what a great show. Ben, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me on, Brian. This was just a blast for me, and I love you being part of the Epsilon Theory pack. But I got to tell you, Brian, I'm honored to be part of your pack. So thanks for having me here.
Thank you, Ben.